What up guys, welcome back to Drift Squadron base as we continue part 2 when we were ripping out the RB25. Titi's back, he was on a sick relief as well as Sunny. Hopefully not the same problems as he had with the toilet.
Productive.
Did you went to the neighbor's toilet or your own?
No, neighbors.
No, different problems.
But it took you a bit longer to get yourself to
2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks?
I think it was 2 weeks.
Okay, but you came back, let's say, in a crucial moment, and especially you and my dad actually managed to put the car together, and we were ready. Basically, one day left till the event.
Yeah.
And what was going on is what we want to touch first was, well, Sunny was working on this project with you as well. We did some mods to the RB25 to make it more healthy.
We did the most important part we did was the oil drainage from the head. So,
but that was why.
Yeah, the problem with RBs is that the drainage from the head back to the block or to the oil pan is very small. And with a bigger pump and everything, and you're banging on the rev limiter at 8000 RPM, all the oil gets stuck into the head and doesn't want to flow down, and it goes out the breather pipes and stops the engine.
Actually, the oil pan, well, the oil at the bottom where there's a crankshaft and all the bearings gets dry and it messes up everything. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, the thing when you upgrade to the N1 pump.
Yeah.
And still, what we have already done, well, what Robbie has done is he put some restrictors.
Yeah, smaller restrictors.
Smaller restrictors, yeah, so there is not that much oil coming
pressure to the head.
To the head, but still, well, let's say we didn't have that much of a problem with that.
We had problems with the breather, taking a lot of oil in
Exactly, but the breather was taking a lot of oil and everything in, and well, now we can a bit spoil it because this is already past the event, and I'm gonna talk about it later. We already tested it out and
it works.
It works. So how much oil was in the catch can?
We used to have to empty the catch can every 2 runs about. Now we did a whole tank worth of fuel in it, and I haven't touched the catch can at all. Yeah, and it's just starting to show on the meter. mostly
waterish.
Yeah, water vapor.
Why are we having this discussion now? Here it is because we were so tight on schedule putting this thing together, and of course I had some other obligations that I need to work around with. We couldn't talk much with filming and building and putting this together. Well, we have the footage, which we're gonna of course include here. That's why me and Tit are here today to talk about it and go through how was done and what was done and what was the thing. So the main thing we're gonna talk about is the oil drainage. Tit already mentioned why we did it, and now it's time we talk how we did it.
And show how we did it.
And show how we did it, exactly, So when head was apart,
it was easy.
Easy,
on the back of the head there's we call it a freeze plug. In the oil passage, you just put the freeze plug out, tap 2 holes in it.
It's just easy, you just like use a bit of a screwdriver, a hammer.
Yeah, and just tap it out.
Tap it out. Use some pliers to pull it out, and that's basically it. So before the fabrication we had to, of course, source some parts.
It was easier to get something that's already made than doing it all
We were
ourselves.
actually thinking to do it ourselves because we couldn't find right quick anything in Europe that we could get like super fast. And then I just tried asking Robbie if he can source something or if he can make something, and he was like, it's gonna be with you the very next day with the gasket and with the studs.
Basically everything.
basically everything that was needed
If
to...
we had a stock RB26, it would be plug and play basically.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, under 25 there's a little more.
A little bit plain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we got was this, what should we call it, like a plug?
Yeah, basically it's
Coupler
to the back of the head.
Some NA fittings, a hose, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So we put the plug out, then this thing comes with two holes, right?
Two
And
holes. Yeah, you just tap the head, it's soft aluminum, it's no problem to tap it.
While Sani was working on this, did precise measuring, like checked everything so everything would not be off center.
Yeah.
That was my concern. Okay, just don't screw this up, because if we drill the wrong hole,
We just get a new head.
we just get a new head.
How
yeah.
expensive can it be?
Yeah, and how hard to source it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Threads done?
Yes.
And now? Clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would be cool that we clean all these dirt bits.
Ah, you can
Not
leave
this,
it.
but this.
You can leave it. It will sum up in the carter.
Yeah, we can leave it because our engine is used to
Yeah.
the bits in
Yeah.
and dirt in
Yeah.
the oil sump. Yeah. Somehow.
Cool.
So, drill the holes. Did some threads.
Tap the threads, huh?
Tap the threads.
I pro. I good.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Tap the threads.
The threads.
We'll Google translate it.
Yeah.
So if Sunny, you're correct, then you get a 5. An A. An A.
500 euros.
No.
Yeah, we got.
I'll take you to some pizza burek.
Okay, to Olympia.
Of course.
Yeah. Two komaden, 2 pieces.
2 pieces.
2 pieces.
No, now you get only one. Now you get only one. And you need to pay for your own yogurt.
Ah, okay.
So the chief is angry,
Yeah.
like usual.
Yeah.
So then they say that I have some anger management issues, huh?
Yeah. You have it
In DNA.
po fotru.
No, you won't get Burek anymore. Come on, better stop talking. Okay, so that's done. Woo, I'm losing some studs. But yeah, we need to clean it up and then we can tidy in. Okay? Yes. Why oil paint it?
Tit, shut up.
Sunny,
Ometaš mi scenu.
Sunny, go to the last row. But then the second problem comes. Actually more complicated part from removing this.
Yeah.
Because what usually they recommend it, what do they recommend? They say just go where the turbo drain goes.
Yeah,
right?
they say go to where the turbo drain goes, but we had a little concerns with it. Yeah, we were afraid it would back up into the turbo.
Yeah, clog it.
Yeah, so on the RB26 it goes where the second turbo drain is.
If you're running a single turbo. Yeah.
Which most people are.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, we had to fabricate something into the oil pan.
Yeah, we sourced a nice fitting from original part from Hiab. Was not cheap. Well, it was not like super expensive, but hey, how much can a regular fitting cost? And yeah, then we need to figure out. Well, Robbie said we should do it on the left side of the oil pan.
Yeah.
Because of the
rotation of the crankshaft.
So it doesn't spit oil
into the crankshaft.
Directly. Yeah. So did a hole, weld the fitting in.
Yeah.
that was basically it. And one concern was with the hose, even though it's like nice braided hose, we had concerns because of the exhaust.
Yeah, it was running right next to the turbo dump pipe.
To the dump pipe, yeah.
Yeah, so it's still not a lot of room there, but we moved it out of the
Just
way
to be
as
safe.
much as we can.
Yeah, and we wrap it into some heat resistant foil, and yeah, I think we already inspected everything. It's intact, and it does the job. Everything does the job, which is cool. So, what do you say for anyone building an RB? Should be this like a direct, straightforward knot?
Yeah. First thing.
Yeah.
You can't have enough drainage from the head.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, maybe you're questioning why we didn't have this right first. I don't know.
We're still learning the engine.
Yeah, it was not maybe expected to be so, and maybe as well it has to do something with the temperatures, like when it's hot.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know, in Ireland it's not that hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as you mentioned we are learning the stuff with the engine and everything, and we are in the right direction.
Yeah.
So that was basically it with that. Then it was time to assemble everything back together.
Yeah, new head gasket, new head studs.
New head studs. Now this time we went with the ARP studs, even though it's considered that
stock studs. They
stock
usually
bolts,
say
the bolts.
Bolts. They
Bolts.
usually say
There's a difference with studs, bolts, and screws.
screws are for wood.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, maybe you should check it on Google and comment down below if I'm wrong. Screw is when you screw it in, but it doesn't go through.
Okay.
Then we have a bolt. Bolt, you screw it in and it goes through.
Okay.
And the stud is just like a stud with a thread
and a nut
on the top of it. So actually, we have screws. Like original, there are screws, and now we went with the studs.
Yes.
And the original screws, they said they are perfectly fine, but let's say in our case, who knows how many times they were put out and in, and we said, okay, let's just go with the ARP, nothing can go wrong. We went with that. So I think the assembly part was straightforward, no complications there. Couldn't be there much, but I came at the end when everything was together. We poured in some water.
Poured in water, poured in oil.
Yeah, the thing is, maybe we can explain, how we do this first startup procedure. Like it's not straightforward. You put in the oil and you fire up the engine, right?
Oh, so we removed the fuel pump relay, the fuel injectors, the spark plugs.
Just on the relays?
Just on the relays or in the computer.
Okay.
Put out the spark plugs so the engine turns nicely, no compression, and then we crank it with the drain port from the turbo off.
So it's not going back to the oil pan?
Yeah, so we can see when the turbo is probably the last thing that gets oil in the system. So when the turbo drain port started flowing oil, we know that everything was nicely lubed up. Put it on, started
the back hose on, and then you fired it up. So, lights went out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bit dark for you to see, but we're ready to start up the engine.
Yeah.
Okay. We already did some preparation. We're gonna talk about this a bit later. Should run. Now let's just keep it like that, right?
That's up to you.
Yeah, no, what do you mean it's up to me? I only drive it.
A little lighter foot and...
I was there, of course, for the first fire up, and we were basically ready to go. Straightforward to Čakovec.
Yeah.
So, about Čakovec in the next video. So, anything else on this topic?
No.
If there are any questions, you can just ask below, and if not maybe we can get some answers from RB directly. So, you can get some RB25 knowledge. I think we can say we are like RB engine pioneers here in Slovenia or in this region, basically.
In Slovenia, certainly.
Yeah, maybe I would say even maybe in this region as well. Kind of. I don't know, like if anybody was, well, maybe somebody was touching the RBs, but nobody was like covering the stuff like we do at the moment. So yeah, you can just ask on every social platform we are, and maybe we can get you an answer. Well, if not from us, like from TDP direct.
Yeah.
So guys, don't forget to show some love, and till next time, see ya!